How's it going, folks? How you doing? Very good. My name's Sean FitzGerald. I came here today to do 3 things: overpromise and underdeliver. Smart crowd, that helps. I like that. Yeah, so how's it going? Like I said, my name's Sean FitzGerald. Came in with a little bit high energy. I will say, don't mix that up. That is basically a mix of autism and nerves right now. That's right, the 40-year-old doing comedy in a Star Wars top is autistic. That landed harder than I expected it to. And yeah, the nerves, I know it's a little bit cliche, but like, talking to Terry before I came up here, it's my first time here, he said, Sean, I know it's fucking cliche, but just imagine everyone in the front row naked, and it should help you. And that would usually help if this guy didn't have such a big dick. God damn it. It's really off-putting. Should be fist bumping me? I have to stare at her all night. Imagine if you had a small penis when I came out. This wouldn't have worked at all. I only have 7 minutes. I shouldn't have started that strong. But yeah, like I said, autistic as well. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, autistic as well. But I actually was born and raised in Germany. Yeah, not as much of a cheer there, fair enough. Me and the Austrians celebrating that this world war will be the first one we don't get blamed for. Growing up in Germany, it was interesting because if I hadn't moved to Ireland, I don't know if I would have been diagnosed with autism, because it's hard to tell in Germany. Is that kid autistic or is he just really fucking German? And in Germany, it's hard to tell if people are super enthusiastic about trains, because in Germany everyone's enthusiastic about trains. They're fast, efficient, inexpensive. How else can you move 6 million people across a continent in 3 years? Darker on that one, okay? I went to a doctor when I was young. Trying it out. I said, Doctor, I think I might be autistic. Oh, Sean, why do you think you're autistic? I said, well, I have trouble with emotions and I'm pretty pedantic about numbers. He said, oh, Sean, well, why do you have trouble with emotions? In Germany, well, you have 2. Serious? Und very serious! And being pedantic about numbers, I'm not sure that's true, because if it was, you would have said 5.8 and not 6 million when talking about trains. A little bit darker, that is a gas joke at the end of the day. Some people got there. Yeah, I got married recently as well. Thank you very much. I say recently, it was 8 years ago, but it's important to get an applause when you've got a Holocaust joke. But yeah, my friends found it a bit weird when I did get married, because growing up I wasn't really the best with women. Just let the shock wear off. Thanks very much. Not exactly the sex god you see before you now. When I say sex god, I do mean my sex life is a lot like God, in that there is one guy dressed in black saying it's real, but the crowd is like, come on. Yeah, we did get married. Oh, sorry, I did get married. We got married. There was 2 of us. I swear. It was a great change for me. I eventually got to try out twosomes. Pretty cool. And then obviously the natural progression from there was threesomes, which are a lot of fun, she tells me. I'm kidding, I'm allowed to be involved, as long as I don't cry too loudly. In fact, I picked up a bit of a nickname in the bedroom. They call me the tripod. But that's because I'm the guy who holds the camera. Not like this dude! But yeah, just to add a more interesting mix, my wife is actually also American. Yeah, that brought the movie right down. But yeah, it changed things in our marriage. Before marriage, sex talk is very different. When you're young, it's like, harder, faster, deeper, stronger. And then you get married, and it changes into harder, faster, deeper. If you put your finger there one more time, you're fucking losing it. But it changed things for me as well, because when you're young, harder, faster, deeper. Why wants it so deep? But then when you're older, you find out that the average vagina is actually only 2 to 3 inches in depth. And I know this is true, because I almost reached the end once. My wife loves that joke. But yeah, like I said, she's American. She's been living in Ireland a while now. She's been here 8 years. We've picked up a lot of habits of each other. This is a pronunciation joke, so that's a fucking brilliant callback in advance. But yeah, she's picked up some Irishisms. She now refers to all genders as the lads. She realises that a pint means between 14 and 37, depending on the day. I have picked up some Americanisms myself. I say things like herb, or oregano, or habits, or if he didn't want to be shot, he should have complied with the officer. It's a bit weird. But as long as she's been living here, she has noticed some weird things about Ireland. Maybe the Irish people can confirm this. Like in America, they don't have this. In Ireland, we have ads where we're advertising something, but the other side is death. It's like, get a smoke alarm or you'll die. Get a carbon monoxide alarm or you'll die. Drink and drive, you'll die. Don't wave at a magpie on his own in the park, you'll die. But the one I found interesting was, on my way here, I heard it on the radio, don't text. If you text and drive, you'll text and die. Text and drive, text and die. I was like, holy shit, that's serious. But the ironic thing is, when I was talking to the paramedic, he said that at the speed I was going, texting was almost irrelevant. So I said to him, well, are you saying that if I drive fast enough, texting becomes safe? He said, no, Sean, that's not at all what I'm saying. I was like, all right, okay, well, hang on, let me try this from a different point of view. It does say text and drive, text and die. How do we know the cyclist wasn't texting? Because I'm not dead. And the paramedic said, Sean, you have a fair point. I see what you're saying, but even in 2025, most 4-year-old girls don't own a phone. I'm like, all right, okay, that's a bit harsh, but I will admit, when I was driving in, I would never text and drive. I can't do 2 things at once when I'm drunk. Kidding, I wasn't drunk. I may have been a little bit hungover. I was a little bit tired. The night before, I had been drinking a little bit. Me and some friends, we were up late, drinking, hanging out, and we do this every few months to remember a friend of ours who passed that we used to play this game with. And we get together, we drink, talk about him, remember him, play the game. It makes us all feel better. And the main thing that makes us feel better is that he died doing what he loved. And that makes us feel better, as long as we remember he loved having cancer. It's a little dark, I'm telling you, he would have fucking loved that. But yeah, just to bring it back to my wife, like I said, I've been in Germany, she's from America. We were actually living in Belgium the last 3 years. And we were living in, I don't know why that was the dark one. Do you guys know German history? But yeah, we were living in Brussels, and there was one weekend a friend of mine came over to visit from Dublin. My wife was working in Ghent, and he arrived over, have a few cans in the apartment. He's like, Sean, where's Alexis at when we go into the pub? Like, she's working in Ghent, but she'll be home later, we'll head to the pub then. He's like, all right, how long does it take to get home from Ghent? I said, it's about a 45-minute drive. And he just snap replies, sure, she'd do it in 20. Ricky, what the fuck are you talking about? You've never been to Brussels. You don't know where Ghent is. Like, this isn't fucking Dublin. Like, it's an hour's drive, minimum, on a Friday night. I said, no, she'd do it in 15. The roads are empty. I was like, Ricky, what the fuck are you talking about? It's an hour and a half on a Friday night with the weather like this. And she said, Sean, 10 minutes she'll do it. It's completely empty. And this is why Irish people don't haggle. We just get fucking further from the point. And it gets to the point, we're drinking, obviously, drunk, argument gets further and further apart. It gets to the point where he's at the door putting on a pair of shoes saying, I'll fucking walk in 10 minutes. I'm at the PC booking a ferry via Amsterdam saying, it's a 3-day journey at this point, fucker. And then, the clarity kicks in, the realization, like, shit, okay, actually, Ricky, calm down. I know exactly how we'll solve this. I know exactly how we'll find out. how long it takes my wife to drive home. He said, Sean, what are you going to do? I said, don't worry, I got this. Take out my phone. Text my wife. I say, hey, babe, fancy some sexy time? And she replies, ooh, what has you in such a frisky mood? And I reply immediately, well, my wife's not home.
You're dead.
Turns out Ricky was right. You can do the drive in 15 minutes. My name's Sean FitzGerald. Thanks very much, guys.